My name is Rhonelle Bruder. I'm the founder and executive director of Project iRISE. I'm a survivor of human trafficking. I had a difficult childhood. I dropped out of high school and ended up on the streets. I was vulnerable. And there, I met an older man. I thought someone who wanted to help me, but in reality, that wasn't the case. I was sexually exploited as a teenager. I was exposed to violence on a constant basis, living in fear, and so I ran away. Over the next few years, I struggled just to survive. In some ways, I thought I didn't have any value. I knew that I had to do something, and getting an education was the only thing that could change my life. I didn't realize that I had been a victim of human trafficking until I was in school, because I realized that I had been a victim of something. This was an intentional manipulation. I was exploited. I earned an honors Bachelor of Science, and after finishing school and graduating, I started my first professional job. I started volunteering at youth shelters, working with the same young people that I was when I was a teenager, and I started to see they were just as vulnerable to exploitation and trafficking as I was. And that was really when I decided I wanted to use my voice to not only share my experiences, but to raise awareness on this issue. Working with a team of volunteers, we created the What is Sex Trafficking educational video. I wanted to provide a really simple and straightforward explanation of how trafficking happens, something that young people, parents, and caregivers could watch and be able to better understand human trafficking. And we were absolutely amazed at the reception that we received. So initially, I was doing a lot of advocacy work, speaking about human trafficking, sharing my story, and I met a lot of other survivors of trafficking, and I realized that there was this gap where they're not being supported enough in being able to find meaningful and sustainable employment. And so I decided to start Project iRISE, and one of the goals was to be able to empower survivors of human trafficking in rebuilding their lives. The aim of our survivor leadership program is to create opportunities for survivors, to be able to give them economic opportunities, educational opportunities, to help them rebuild their lives. But we also want to create a community, not just amongst the survivors of trafficking, but amongst everybody else, and to really help survivors feel like they belong in their communities again. As a woman who for many years did not see her own worth, I don't even know if there's words that I can say to articulate how important that is for me to be nominated as a woman of worth. This will help to increase the awareness and support more survivors within our community. Your past does not define your future. You define your own destiny.